Mr. Weeb. Oh, Mr. Weeb. Oh, there you go. All right. Now you're in your midway. It's a decently tier 10 game. A couple of tier 8s.
This one I would actually consider to be favorable matchmaking. Only two AA ships I'm worried about. Salem and I think that was a Worcester on the enemy team as well.
Check in a sec. As you know, I like to do my screenshots.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. There we go. Kind of cool being able to see like the captain's chair in there and the bridge and stuff, you know? Alright, so you got XP flag, blood, credit reduction, fire chance, credits, commander XP, and your consumable reload. Why consumable reload? Is that for the planes?
That's a good question. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's on there. Whoops.
It's all good, man. The other thing I would comment on is your camo. You've got the standard 100% camo, which is fine. But if you got one that's better, of course that synergizes better with the other economic flags.
Mm-hmm. This one I just had excess of, so I just want to get rid of it.
Oh yeah, I piss away those Halloween camo too.
So I do the usual speed boost in the mid, try and get some spotting. I kept my speed boost there just in case the enemy carrier tried to drop fighters. For some reason, some people like to do that, and that ends up not being very useful, just because I'll just simply outrun it, and now your fighter is useless.
Right, I see that happen quite often. Matter of fact, I've taken it to the habit of actually trying to bait that out from them, like purposely going for their planes.
So since I see a isolated North Carolina, I just go for him here. And then I speed, basically run away from this AA and then repeat the process. Pretty common Midway tactic. You can
Right.
get 2 rocket attacks generally, maybe 3 if you're extremely lucky.
Now, one question is, you dropped on that other North Carolina. He DCP'd immediately, so why didn't you just turn it back around and drop on him again?
Kind of wanted to, but I also wanted to hit that North Carolina since he was a lot better. He was a lot more lined up, and I had pretty bad experience with RNG, so I was like, might as just take the easy shot.
That's true. What's up, Trolls?
Yeah. For hitting battleships with Tiny Tims, you want to hit them bow to stern. Since the North Carolina is broadside to me, I didn't want to take that chance and light another fire.
Gotcha. Now here you are putting a catapult fighter down, or whatever, summon fighter, because you don't want those torp bombers to go through there, right?
Yep. Kind of an area denial this time. If he wants to fly through it, then goodbye torpedo bombers. And if he goes for Kitikaze, well, good luck hitting Kitikaze.
Yeah, so that just kind of forces him to take a little bit more time to get to his target.
The next target the next target I find is the Zumo. I noticed the cruisers on the side I'm attacking is quite weak, which is just Edinburgh, and I think that's actually it. So that's why I just kept attacking this area. It's a lot easier than dealing with the Salem and Worcester on the other side.
Sure. Well, you got 6 torpedoes. It looked like you took out his engine, so he probably DCP'd that.
Mm-hmm.
Now you also have the heal here, so you could be healing these planes, which, oh, there you go. You read my mind.
Preferably, you want to use the heal during the attack run, so your planes will survive during the attack run.
Not sure.
If you do when you're retreating, you might just retreat anyway, so the heal's effectively wasted.
Yep, and you see here you got a permanent flood going now on that Zumo. Not as useful as before. Oh, by the way, take a look at that torque spread from the enemy carrier. That is indicative of last minute changing course, right?
Yeah, not something you want to do in a midway.
But ironically enough, he managed to get 2 torpedo hits out of that.
Even then, the torpedo, Midway's torpedo alpha is quite bad.
Yeah.
So it doesn't do much damage. Like Baltimore took 6k or something.
Now, why are you choosing the Azumo over the Edinburgh? You had a really good lineup there to dive bomb the Edinburgh.
I just want to get Azumo off the map. If I tried to bomb the Edinburgh, I would. The exit vector would actually be right over North Carolina, which is less than ideal.
Got it. Plus, it's at Edinburgh, and we saw what happened.
Oh yeah. That part I didn't expect, but I was like, okay, I'll take that.
Sure.
This part is actually when I got greedy. I was thinking of going for Izumo, and then Midway pops up, and the plane's right in front of me. I try to turn away, but too late. I lose everyone.
Yep.
Which kind of sucked. I wasn't able to turn away fast enough, so I aggroed the fighters.
At that point, you're almost better off just going for the Musashi anyway, and then that's it. Or, sorry, Izumo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shocked though, you're a Unicum and you're screwing up. How is that possible?
I'm a horrible Unicum.
Just wanted to point out, every person makes mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that Asashio is not looking too good.
So Midway drops the fighters. I have torpedo bombers, so I just may as well ignore him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, normally this is where I drop the fighter over him, but there was really no need. Just because Des Moines Raider is right over there.
Right.
North Carolina, isolated all by himself. But the problem is, he is kind of notices me. I think he actually tries to dodge this one.
Yeah, he's dodging in a way that's going to cause his stern to take all of them. And unfortunately, he hit those 2 before they could activate the old Red October maneuver.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, should have dropped it a little bit further on that one.
He forced the DCP on him, so he's immune for about 20 seconds.
This, I tried to slow down and try to get a better shot at him, but I wasn't able to slow down fast enough. At that point, I said, you know what? I have the entire team going after him. I can probably do something else here.
Well, and that's something interesting to point out too, is that the enemy team is pushed through CCAP. So the cool thing about that is it's going to reduce the time it takes for your planes to get to target because they're heading towards you.
Yep. That's why I recalled my dive bombers. I was initially going for Carolina, and then may as well just hit the GK that's out on the side. Yeah, Midway flooding. As you can tell, Midway's flooding chance isn't terribly great. 15
Nope.
hits and one flood.
Now you have torp acceleration on this.
Yep.
And your autopilot is making you hear noises.
It's to drown out the occasional noise glitches from this patch. That's all.
There you go. At least it doesn't, get real loud ear rapey sound, right?
Mm-hmm. So the reason why I beached there is just because it's a very well protected area.
Right.
there's no way the enemy's gonna get me unless they go literally down the forward line. I dropped that one online a bit early because he was turning into it, and I didn't think I would be able to get a good shot anyways.
Meanwhile, yeah, that makes sense. Looks like Kerfurst managed to get a heal off before your torps hit him.
And he only took 2, so I missed that shot as well.
Right. That's just more damage for you to do, right? Now notice how SAT is coming in from an angle so he can dodge major flag bursts.
I really wanted to finish off the Kerfurst and Lion, but since Salem was I thought Salem was by himself, and then Wooster said hi, so that was kind of bad. I decided to I just ran away over the mountain. You can actually use terrain to your advantage by, people can't shoot over their A over the mountains and stuff, so that's how I was able to escape with most of the bombers. Kind of sucked there because I was hoping our Moyne would be able to do a bit more, but he just got torped. And
well, actually, I think the Henri hit him from the side.
Or that too.
Either way, he died quick.
So I don't want to deal with the Wooster, and I happen to have full rocket squad, so I was like, okay, might as well use them and do a little bit of damage while I wait to see for an opening.
Some quick little harassment, huh? Now the Henri might be a good target too, because he's reversing and staying bow into the enemy, to your team, to your Musashi.
I was thinking about it, but I don't think he was the immediate threat.
No.
Salem had a lot more DPM, and he actually was completely bow in, so that made him an easy target for torpedo bombers.
Yep.
I mean, it kind of sucked that I aggroed the fighters, but I decided, hey, it's worth it.
There goes the Salem. And at this point of the game, you can kind of afford to throw away planes a little bit easier.
I was kind of unhappy because they left the Wooster and Salem alive, but that's just how carriers work.
I have to find that, you know, I'll ask my teammates to shoot the cruisers first because that's the anti-air, and what do? They shoot the battleships first. It's like, okay. So once again, now we've got an isolated target. Meanwhile, the bulk of your team is relatively safe.
Yep, Wooster doesn't have much frontal firepower, so I was okay with him just going on over there, doing his business.
Henri is now on 2 permanent fires.
Yep, recall immediately, get bombs off onto him. Kinda sad. Midway's dive bombers are really effective against destroyers, but I can't show it in this replay because there was literally no destroyers to shoot at.
Yep.
Taking fire.
So this one I actually hold my bombs because I was gonna bomb the Lion. Thought Midway over there and said, nope, get the hell out, and just go bomb Lion. Not sure what our Kitakaze was doing.
Taking fire. We're under attack.
Looks like he's trying to torp the Kerfurst and getting spotted on Hydro and dying the Kerfurst. Yep.
So because of that, I decided to go time my bomb hits, just so I can actually take the kill away from him. I know he was getting 1 torp on. Yeah, he got 1 torp hit, and I was like, okay, if I can time it correctly, I might actually steal the kill.
How to be a Unicum 101. Steal all the kills.
And also, if I wanted to... This was also another time where I considered, should I save my teammates or should I not? I looked at the scoreboard. I was like, okay, I'm at 9. We're at 940. If our Baltimore Bismarck dies, then we get more time to fight.
Time extensions, that's fine.
Yeah. If we were in a worse position, then I would have definitely just speed boosted over and tried to put a fighter over them. Even though I don't think it would have been too effective anyways.
Yep. Nice torps. You force the DCP off of that. Oh no, he's flooding still. Time extension number 1.
We're under attack.
There was no way I was going to defend Bismarck or Baltimore against the Lions, so why not just kill the Lion? I know that the enemy carrier cannot do anything to me, so, if he wants to bomb me, that's fine.
Oh, big hit with those bombs. That's gonna be
Bombs?
it for him.
Yep, they can do up to 20k, I've seen.
Approaching target.
And you're going for the finish. You want to make sure he dies.
Taking fire.
Yep, just in case.
Destroyed. We're under attack.
At this point, I mean, all you have to do is survive and get resets on that Midway every now and then.
Pretty much. And now it's a CV slap fight where we throw planes at each other's and rack up each other's score without actually doing anything. Enemy Midway was also pretty generous to step on the cap, so I just got my free resets.
Yep, that's a lot of good XP there.
So when striking Midways and Hawkroos, they have an armored flight deck, so for that I aim specifically for the bridge. If I hit the armored flight deck, unless I'm using Hawkroos AP bombs, they're not going to do anything.
It's interesting you used some more throwaway rockets real quick there. Now once you get a carrier to DCP automatically, that's when you want to flood him.
Fighter airborne. Approaching target. Taking fire.
Oh, he's trying to stay in the cap. That's cute.
Taking fire.
Yeah, I was hoping I could get more torpedo bombers out, but having 2 is not very good.
No flood there, unfortunately. Now, why aren't you using your dive bombers?
As I said, it doesn't do anything against the armored flight deck, so it's effectively a waste of time.
Oh, okay, fair.
Maintaining
I
present
just figured since you got a fuller squadron, that's all.
attack.
I mean, I sent it out because I have nothing else to do,
Right.
but the only reason why you send out the dive bombers is to hopefully get a fire. I mean, it is good for that, but otherwise for doing alpha damage, it doesn't do much.
218,000 damage and the win. Yep, very unfun now. Alright, well hey, thanks for joining for the 2 commentaries there. That was great, SAT. Appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you for hosting my replays.
Of course, of course. You're covering King of the Sea tomorrow?
Yep, that is the plan.
Alright, cool. Well, I'll see you out there on King of the Sea then.
Alright, looking forward to casting some pretty exciting games.
Yeah, agreed. Alright, take care, man.
See ya.
And that's correct, CrossFit Jesus. Fighters do definitely shred planes. Alright guys, I am getting really close to running out of my codes here.